first thing I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and lay flat on your back in what we call a supine position, so laying flat on your back. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring our knees towards our chest and grab the back of your, or sorry, the front of your knees here. And we're just gonna breathe in through our nose, blow out through our mouth, okay? Stay in that position, keep breathing. I'm gonna switch over, I forgot to put in my AirPods, so I'm gonna switch over to my AirPods just so you guys can probably hear me better. So keep staying in that position and breathing. In through the nose, nice, big, deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. You should feel your belly going up into your top of your thighs as you do this, okay? So that's how you know that you're in that parasympathetic breathing aspect. Your chest should not be the main way that you're breathing. That is a sympathetic nervous system, and that will tell your body you're freaking out, and we don't want that. All right, it says everything is good, so I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Kai, can you unmute yourself real quick and just talk so I can hear you in here real quick? I just want to make sure my AirPods are on. Okay, perfect. All right, so just nice, slow, relaxed breathing. The tongue should be on your roof of your mouth. Everything should be relaxed. Let your legs open up as much as you want to. And we're just gonna do about 10 to 15 breaths here. With every exhale, you should feel your muscles get a little bit lighter, a little bit looser, and sink into the floor just a little bit more. Really try to focus on that deep breathing into your belly. You're gonna feel that feedback by that belly expanding into your front of your thighs and out to the side, and maybe even your lower back into the floor a little bit. And maybe we go one more breath. All right, so from there, let's get you guys standing. Okay, we're gonna do what's called neck cars. Oh, hang on real quick. Somebody's trying to enter the room. Let me go and let them in. There we go. Okay, so, oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Let me just, sorry, I'm gonna open a window for participants so that I can see if anybody else wants to join. Okay, so we're gonna do what's called neck cars. It's cars standing for controlled articular rotations. So all we're gonna do is, if you can see me, you're gonna go ahead and tuck your chin down. You're gonna go ahead and clench your fists a little bit and make a little bit of tension in your arms, like you're squeezing your hands closed at about a 30% effort from max. Chin is gonna come down. You're gonna drag your chin towards your one shoulder. So let's go to that left shoulder. Then you're gonna dip your ear to that shoulder. Then you're gonna roll your head up, tracing your chin to the ceiling. Your chin should be all the way up to the ceiling. Turn your head, bring your chin towards your right shoulder. Drag your right shoulder down, tracing your collarbone. Let's end up back in the center. We're gonna go back the other way. So neck to the shoulder, up to the ceiling, chin to the opposite shoulder, which is my left, tracing my collarbone down to the center, okay? Let's do something real quick. We'll get right back to that. I forgot to do this in the beginning. Just as a preface, just so you guys can determine how well this class worked out for you, go ahead and do me a couple things. Feet together, bend over, touch your toes, see how far you can get down, okay? Just see how far you can get there. How easy, how far down you can get, can you touch your toes? Go ahead and put your feet together as well. Turn to the left, see how far you can get, how easy it feels to get there. Turn to the right, see how far you can get, see how easy it feels. If there's any kind of restrictions there, go ahead and take your arms, raise them up overhead. See how easy or hard it is to reach overhead. Do you feel stiff, tight, achy? Do you feel like you get stuck at a certain point, all right? And then also notice, do you have any kind of knee, shoulder, lower back aches today? I want you to take a mental note of those things at the beginning of this class, and then we'll test again at the end, and we'll see if you guys all feel better from this. Hopefully you guys will. So let's go back to those neck cars again. So squeezing those hands at about a 30% of max tension. Chin to the chest. Chin tracing your collarbone to your left shoulder. Ear to the left shoulder. Chin up, to the sky, chin down to the right shoulder, chin tracing to the collarbone in the center, and let's reverse that, chin tracing the collarbone to the right shoulder, ear to the right shoulder, chin up. So no pain. If there's any pain, shorten that range of motion. Ear to the left shoulder, chin to the left shoulder, chin trace the left collarbone to the center of your chest. Let's do that one more time. Chin to the left shoulder, ear to the left shoulder, chin up. Chin to the right shoulder, ear to the right shoulder, chin trace the collarbone down to the center. Okay? Chin trace the collarbone to the right shoulder, ear to the right shoulder, chin up to the center, chin to the left shoulder, chin tracing down the collarbone to the center. Okay? That's our neck cars. That will work and open up your neck, mobilize your neck, warm that up. We're gonna go ahead and do shoulder cars are next. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn sideways for you guys. Let's put your hands at your side like this. So imagine you're wearing a pair of jeans and the outside seams here. I want your hands to stay there the entire time, okay? So from here, the hands shouldn't move forward. Stay in the seam of your pants. I want you to push your shoulders forward. Roll them up to the sky. Roll them big circles back. Only move through the shoulders. Your hands shouldn't go anywhere. They should stay on the seam of your pants. Back, down, back to the center. So you're making a nice big circle. So forward, up. Notice my hands still stay on top of the seam of my pants. Roll them back, roll them down, roll them back to the center. One more time. Down and forward, up, up, back, down, center. Let's go ahead and reverse that motion. So we're gonna go ahead and push down the seam of our pants, roll backwards, up, high, shrugging towards our ears, forward, down, center, down, hands stay on those seams, up, back, up high, shrug to your ears, shoulders forward, down, center, one more time, back, up, shrug to those ears, push those shoulders forward and down, okay? Now we're gonna go to our knees. If this bothers you, if you have any kind of knee problem, you can stay standing, that's totally fine. But we're gonna go down into this kneeling position, so we take one joint out of this motion. We're gonna go ahead and cross our hands like so, making an X with the body, okay? And then we're gonna do what's called spinal car. So from here, we're going to, I'm gonna turn forward just a little bit for you guys so you guys can see. You're gonna flex forward, but not bend over like this, okay? So from here, we're just gonna work this upper part of our back here. Just gonna basically look down, almost like you're trying to look down at your knees or the feet. You're gonna crunch your elbows into your rib cage. You're gonna rotate to the left. You're going to bring your right rib cage up to the ceiling, tilting your left shoulder down to the side. You're gonna roll up and back, bringing your sternum or the center of your chest up to the sky above you. Squeeze your butt cheeks nice and tight so we don't extend in that lower back. We're going to then rotate the right shoulder down to the side, dip that right shoulder down, roll forward, bring those elbows into the rib cage back to the center where we started, all right? Then we're gonna reverse that. So from this flexed forward position, rotate to the right, dip that right shoulder down, that left shoulder is gonna elevate, drive the sternum or center of your chest up to the ceiling, rotate over to the left, dip that left shoulder, roll ourselves down back to that forward flex position. Again, glutes should be squeezed the entire time so we get all the movement in the upper back. Rotate to the left, dip that left shoulder, bring that chest up high to the center, roll over to the right, dip that right shoulder, turn to the right, dip down, roll back to the center, reverse that, turn to the right, dip the right shoulder down, left shoulder goes up, bring that chest up nice and high, still breathing through the nose, rotate over to the left, dip that left shoulder, come back down to the center, just drawing a nice big circle. One more time each direction left, so rotate to the left, dip that left shoulder, chest comes up nice and high, turn over to the right, twist to the right, dip that right shoulder, dip forward and down to the center, and let's reverse that. Turn to the right, dip the right shoulder, bring that left shoulder up nice and high, bring that sternum to the ceiling, rotate to the left, dip that left shoulder, dip forward, come back to that center. All right, that is our spinal cars. If you are on your hands and knees, you can stay there. If you are not, let's get down to our hands and knees like this. Put our knees in a hips width apart position, hands directly underneath our shoulders. I want you to push that floor away so we gain a little bit of tension. We want that muscle activation. The purpose of that muscle activation is to keep everything nice and stable. So imagine you're balancing a glass of water on your lower back. We don't want to spill any of it. So that water should be filled to the top. Do not let your hips twist or come up like this or drop down, all right? So as big of a movement as we can in the hips without spilling the water, and as long as it's pain-free, we're gonna start with that left leg. So I wanna bring your left leg up, bring it up to your chest as far as you can without any movement coming in your spine. I want you to open that knee up like you're a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Again, no movement in that lower back. Here's where a lot of you guys are gonna wanna tilt that lower back. Do not let that lower back tilt. You're gonna hold here for a second or two. You're gonna feel your muscles burn. Let's come back to that knee up towards your chest position. Bring your knee back. Let's put it down, okay? Left knee comes up again. Bring that up to your chest as far as you can without moving in your spine. Open that knee up as far as you can like you're dog peeing on the fire hydrant without your back moving. Still pushing that floor away from you. Hold that for a second or two. Bring that knee in. Bring that knee back towards your hip, put it back down. Let's do that one more time. Knee comes up to the chest, back stays straight, open up that knee as far as we can, dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Everything's shaking on me because this is my end range of motion. That's great though, this is where we want to work. Hold that, bring that knee back in that forward flex position. Bring that knee back down underneath your hip. All right, now we're gonna work the other aspect of our hip on that left side. So from here, I want you to take your left leg and drive your knee backwards and your heel towards the ceiling until you get here, where now from my knee to my shoulder is relatively straight, no arch in the lower back. Push that floor away. We're gonna go ahead and open that knee up, like so. Swing that knee over to the side as if you're trying to step over a hurdle. Bring that knee back. Turn that heel back up to the sky. Bring that knee back down to the center. Again, push the floor away with your arms. You should feel that lower back stable the entire time. So move really slow with intention. Open up that knee, get that knee over the hurdle, come back to center, turn that heel back up to the air, bring your knee back down. Make sure we're staying with our knees hips width apart and that right knee is not in your midline. Let's do that one more time. So let's go ahead and kick back and up. No arch in that lower back. Make sure that water's not spilling. Turn up and open up that knee. Bring that knee up like you're stepping over a hurdle. Bring that knee back. Turn that heel up, bring that knee back down, relax, okay? Your breathing will be a little bit higher here. Just try to take nice deep breaths in through your nose. These are high tension things, but we're moving really slowly through a lot of joints that people have issues with, okay? So don't be afraid if this raises your heart rate and breaks a sweat. I'm starting to sweat. That's not a bad thing, okay? That's why this is a recovery, to flush out that lactic acid. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and do the right side now. So pressing that floor away, knees and hips width apart. Let's go ahead and bring that right knee up to our chest. Okay, no movement in the spine. Open up that knee, dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Don't let those hips tilt, best you can. Hold. Bring that knee back into your center in that up towards your chest position. Bring that knee back down, place it on the ground. If you need to reset, go ahead and press that floor away again. Go ahead and bring that knee up to your chest in that flex position. Bring that knee open to the side, dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Hold. Flat, burning in your glutes, burning in your hips. Bring that knee back to that forward flex position. Bring that knee back down underneath your hip. One more time. Knee comes up to your chest. Knee goes up to the side, dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Bring that knee back into that forward flex position. Bring that knee back down to your hips. Guess where we're going after this? We're gonna go ahead and kick backwards, right? So right side, push that floor away. We're gonna bring that right heel to the air. No movement in that lower back, all right? So I don't want you to like arch excessively there. Hold that nice tight posture, drive your knee up, open that knee up, step over that hurdle. Here's where I'm starting to feel cramping. Come back, heel up, knee forward, back down. That cramping is not a bad thing. If you can fight through that with perfect form, go ahead and do so, okay? But if it's causing pain of any kind, shorten that range of motion. Go ahead and drive that knee up to the ceiling, abs are braced, push that floor away, open up that knee, bring that knee up and forward over that hurdle, back, heel up to the ceiling, come back down. One more time, heel up, push that floor away, open up that knee, really grab the ground if you need to help your stability over that hurdle, back, turn that heel up, bring that knee back down, okay? All right, so from there, I would like you to stand up, and we're gonna do what we call internal, external rotations. If you need to hang on to something like a wall or a chair in front of you, that's totally fine, okay? If it helps, let's go ahead and get your Zephry band if you want to, okay? And we can go ahead and pull this apart for a little bit of tension. What I want you to do is as high as you can. It doesn't need to be up to hip height. It can be here, that's totally fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this band apart to create some tension in our body that's gonna help stabilize our core, which is gonna make this a little bit easier. So the best that you can, I want you to lift that knee off the ground. Now, we're gonna keep our thigh exactly where it is, and imagine that's our pivot point or a pull. I then want you to swing your ankle inward and back to center, outward as far as you can. Do not let that thigh move. Here, a lot of you guys are gonna feel a cramp through here. That's okay. Okay? If you need to back off a little bit, that's fine. Come back to center. Foot comes down. Relax. Shake that out a little bit. Wiggle your leg if you need to. Muscles can cramp. It's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Pull that band apart. Knee's gonna come up as high as you can manage. Pivot around that thigh. So swing that heel in like you're doing a golf swing or putting. Hold as high as you can without that thigh moving. Back to center. Press the side of your heel out. So don't point your toes. Your toes should still be pointed forward. Drive the side of your heel out as far as you can without moving your thigh. Come back in. Come back down. Relax. Shake that out. Okay? One more time. Pull that band apart. Knee up as high as you can. Maintain this. Swing the inside of your foot inwards like you're putting. External rotation of your hip. Back to center. Internal rotation of your hip. Drive that outside of your leg out. Hold. Rip that band apart. Help engage your core. Back to center. And come down. Shake that leg out. Okay? We're going to go ahead and go to the other side. So go ahead and pull that band apart. Knee comes up as high as you can. On this side, I'm going to go a little bit higher just to show you the difference. Drive that foot in. So external rotation, pivoting around the knee, thigh area, as if that's a pull that I'm pivoting my foot around. Back to center. Drive that side out. Hold. Back to center. Come back down. If at any point you feel like you're losing your balance, go ahead and just put that foot down. Get yourself set back up and just try to get back to that position as quickly as you can. No big deal. Okay? Pull that band apart. Knee comes up. Internal rotation, swing that knee into your midline as high as you can, as far as you can, safely without pain. Back to center, out to the side, pushing with the outside of your foot. Hold, come back to center, come back down. Relax, shake that leg out. One more time. Doing things in threes on these morning cars. Pull that band apart, bring that knee up, drive that knee into your center, back to center, to the side, back down, come down. All right? So shake that leg out. Your body should feel warm. One more thing I want to do. We're going to go ahead and do some ankle circles. So what I want you to do is put your foot forward like so. Your back leg's going to be slightly bent. We're going to be here in this position. I want you to roll your foot over to the side. So I'm going to roll over my pinky toe. So go ahead and put most of your weight in your left leg, right leg forward. Roll the instep, your ball of your foot, over your pinky toe outwards. Lean forward just a hair and press down as much as you can manage safely without holding your breath. So we're just trying to stretch and open up that ankle joint, okay? So most of my weight, literally 95% of my weight is on my left leg. I'm gently pressing into my right foot with my toe rolled over. Come back to center, no big deal. Keeping the pinky toe on the ground, let's pull and roll that big toe over. If we can get it past the pinky toe, that's fine. Press down into the ground a little bit, lock your knee out, hold there for a second or two. Come back to center, foot flat on the ground. One more time. Go ahead and roll over that pinky toe, big toe over that pinky toe, press down into the floor, knee locked out. Go ahead and roll back to that center. How'd that feel on that foot? Let's go ahead. Now I'm going to show you from the side. We're going to put our left foot back, or sorry, our right foot back. So we're going to draw a big circle. So imagine there's a Sharpie on your heel. I want you to draw as big of a circle as you can. We're going to go clockwise circle. So heel comes forward. I'm on the tops of my toes. I'm gonna drive my heel out to the side, dragging as big of a circle as I can, pain-free. I'm now driving my heel, big circle, pivoting on my toes. I'm now flat on the ball of my feet, driving my heel over into my midline, up, around, back onto the top of my toes, back to center. Keep going. Big circle out to 3 o'clock. Drive that heel out to 6 o'clock now. Bringing that heel in, pivoting on the ball of my foot, bringing that heel to 9 o'clock, over to 12 o'clock. One more time. Driving out, make big circles. Really try to open up that range of motion without causing pain. I'm at 3 o'clock, drive that heel to 6, drive that heel to 9, drive that heel to 12. Let's reverse that. Right foot heel from 12, push it inward to 9, roll over to the balls of your feet to 6, big circle to the side. Here's where you might get some cramping, so be careful. Roll that right heel out over your pinky toe to 3 o'clock, back to 12 o'clock. Heel goes to 9 o'clock, pushing over back to the balls of your feet, going to 6, rolling from 6 to 3, roll over your pinky toe, now you're on the tops of your toes at 3 o'clock, rolling to noon. One more time, I believe. I'm a trainer, I can't count. Hopefully this is 3, roll over to your heel to 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, roll over to 3 o'clock, and then back to noon, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead, do the left leg, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and do the rolling over. So foot forward, balancing on your right leg, left pinky toe stays on the ground, bring your right big toe over and out, lock that knee out, press down gently, hold for a second or two, make sure we're still breathing through the nose, nice and relaxed. Roll over to the center, roll that toe over, press that leg into the floor, come back to center, roll over, press that down into the floor again for the 3rd time. Come back to center. Now let's go into those heel circles. So that right heel is gonna go backwards. I'm gonna go on the tops of my foot, starting my heel at 12 o'clock. Let's go counterclockwise, big circle open from 12 to 9. Rolling over to the ball of my foot, heel to 6, heel to 3 o'clock, heel to 12 o'clock, rolling back over to the tops of my toes. Again, shorten your range of motion if there's any pain there, but big smooth circles going over to 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12, one more time. Biggest pain-free, safe range of motion for that heel, open up to 9, 6, 3, 12, I believe that was the 3rd one. If not, that's okay. Let's go ahead and go clockwise now, so 12, 3, big circle, big smooth circle, 6, 9, be careful of cramping on your pinky toe, roll over, 9 to 12, there we go, the outside of my foot was cramping, just shake that out, from 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, one more time, 3, 6, 9, 12, all right? So, ideally, a lot of our hip joints, ankle joints, shoulder joints should probably feel a slight burning right now, a little woken up, a little warmer. So let's go ahead and retest real quickly. Grab some water if you need to. I don't think a lot will change in your toe touch, but if it did, great. So feet together, bend over, touch your toes. I'm getting farther, I'm now touching the ground. Feet together and rotate. Do we get any further in rotation? Do we feel like it's easier or smoother to get there, right? Then let's go ahead and raise our hands over our head. Do we get there with less resistance? Do we get further back? Does it feel easier? Does it feel looser? I will tell you right now, my muscles feel burning and warming up, right? So that's what we're looking for. So that's our warm up that we'll do, and that's, I think Amy, we talked about it a little bit. Derek, we talked about it a little bit last week about recovery. That section right there, you could do every single day and would be great and beneficial for you, okay? Those are the things when we're talking about how many days a week can you work out, that you can do all the time, every day, and that will be amazing for your body and how you would feel just by doing that every day as your recovery goes. And that took us probably about 20 minutes or so, okay? So from here, we're gonna go into the other parts of our recovery workout, working on your vestibular system, and what we call pressing reset. It's like rebooting your computer and starting your body new again. The same conditions as when you were a baby. Oh, sorry, we're gonna lay on our back for this. So let's go ahead to our backs. We're gonna do supine head raises. So I want you to go ahead and tuck your chin like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. If you need to, you can hold on to the tops of your legs. So giving yourself a double chin, the back of your neck should feel nice and long. You're gonna go ahead and tuck your chin and look at your feet. Hold for 2 breaths or so, trying to breathe into your belly. Head comes down, relax your chin, okay? So all we're trying to do is never hold your breath. Best effort you can. If you can only lift your head or take weight off the ground but not actually have your head come off the ground, that's fine as well. So tuck your chin, give yourself a double chin. Look at your toes. If you can lift your head off a little bit, that's totally fine. Make sure we're breathing through the nose. Really shouldn't have tension anywhere else. Head comes down, untuck the chin. All right, we're gonna do 5 of these. That's 2. Chin tuck, chin lift. 1 breath. 2 breath. Head comes down, untuck the chin. That's 3. 1 more. Chin tuck. Really make sure you're looking as far down your feet as you can so we can keep that chin tuck. Last one, this is 5, chin tuck, lift. Remember, if you can't lift without tension or holding your breath, you're more than welcome to just take some weight off of the floor with your head still touching the ground. That's acceptable and fine. Just do your best today. That's totally fine. And then go ahead and untuck your chin and relax. From here, we're gonna roll over to your stomach into what we call the Sphinx position. We call this the Sphinx position because it looks like the Sphinx is in Egypt. So your hands are shoulder width apart, your elbows are on the ground, push that floor away so we're not sagging down with our shoulders by our ears. Right now we're just gonna do 10 head nods, so your lower body should be relaxed. Notice I'm wagging my legs. That's because I have literally no tension in my legs right now. So from here, breathing into your belly with the tongue on the roof of your mouth, I want you to look up with your eyes, head up. Look down, head down. That's 1. At your own pace, let's just do 10, give or take. Maintain that belly breathing, tongue on the roof of your mouth. Your eyes will lead where your head goes. So eyes look up, head goes up. Eyes look down, head goes down. And I can't multitask and talk and do this at the same time, so I'm gonna have to count with my fingers. So don't mind my fingers moving. Trying to keep track of how many reps we're doing. Actively push the floor away the entire time. Making sure that we're feeling that stretch in between our shoulder blades. Pain-free range of motion, breathing through the nose, tongue on the roof of the mouth. If you feel like pushing the floor away is too much stress, drop yourself down just a little bit. No big deal there. Remember we talked about earlier, good, better, best. That's all we're looking for. There's no perfect, there's just what's perfect for you. All right, so from those head nods, we're going into what's called head rotations. Just like it sounds, push that floor away, look over your left shoulder, turn your head to the left, push away, look as far into your back pocket or the bottom of your feet as you can. Turn to the right. You're gonna feel that upper spine mobilizing and moving. We're gonna go 10 each direction. At your own pace, maintain breathing into your belly through your nose, tongue on the roof of your mouth. Look as far as you can. Always make sure that your eyes are leading where your head is going. I have no idea what number I'm on. I think I'm on 4. We're gonna go, say that's 5 right here. Push that floor away, legs are relaxed, right? Lower body's relaxed. Pain-free range of motion without creating tension in your body. Just look over as far as you can. The reason why this is so great, all of us probably have backup cameras. My car's a 2003, I don't have backup cameras. So how many times do we actually use this range of motion and look behind us, right? And to be fair, body is use it or lose it. Right? If we don't start using this range of motion in our necks, as we're always looking down at computers all the time, we will start to lose that range of motion and functionality, okay? So, now that we're done with our head rotations, we're gonna go into what's called a segmental rolling with the arm lead, and this is great for people with stiff upper backs. A lot of you guys are office workers, which is exactly why we picked this exercise. Let's go ahead and put those arms straight out in front of you in a Superman position. I'm gonna look over my left shoulder. My entire body is going to be relaxed except my eyes and my head and my arms. So my eyes are going to look over my left shoulder. My head will rotate over my left shoulder, trying to look as far as I can. As I want to see more, I'm going to reach my left elbow over and behind me. Roll over as far as you can or as far as you feel comfortable. Hang out, breathe for a second or two. Come back to center. Look over to the right. Let that lower body relax. If you look, you're probably doing this exercise, but if you do happen to look at my body, you will notice that reflexively as I do this, just naturally occurring, let your body do what it wants to. As I look over, my opposing leg is going to come up and bend. That's normal and natural. This is how we crawl. This is how we learn to crawl. This is how we develop that gait pattern to learn how to rock, to learn how to crawl, to learn how to run. And this is amazingly great and restorative for your body, building that cross-patterning, opposite lobe of your brain connection. You'll probably feel your glutes turn on, opening up of your upper back and spine. Again, good, better, best. Just roll over as far as you can while maintaining that belly breathing and tongue in the roof of your mouth. Reach with that elbow. Always have the eyes lead where the head goes and the head pulls the body, all right? So never lead with the body. Turn the head as far as you can and then the body will follow. Just keep everything nice and relaxed. Okay. All right, so from here, we're gonna do what's called egg rolls. So I will face this way so you guys can see a better angle of me. So from here, you're gonna lay flat on your back. I want you to bend your knees, bring them up to your chest. Grab the tops of your knees, okay? I'm gonna look to my right, turn to my right, try to look under and behind me that way. If my body doesn't naturally wanna roll to my right now, open up your knees a little bit and let yourself just fall over to the right onto the ground gently. Keep looking to the right, keep looking past you, behind you, over the shoulder. As far as you can while maintaining your belly breathing and the tongue in your mouth. I'm now gonna turn my eyes to the left, turn my head to the left, look as far as I can, pull my body over. If I don't feel my body naturally wanting to roll over, I'm gonna open up my knees a little bit until my body naturally just wants to roll over. So do not push off with your arms, do not push off with your legs. Continue to just have your eyes pull your head pull your body, and your body just following along. And keep looking as far over that shoulder and behind you as you can the entire time, and your body will naturally want to just roll over. So my body's facing this way, and my eyes are looking the opposite way, right? Because this is, again, working on that rotation of the neck. We're also training the vestibular system, which is the inner ear stuff that causes people vertigo when that gets stiff or the rocks don't move around. So we want to exercise those things. But the stimulation on your skin, this rolling pattern, is very soothing and restorative to the body. That's why you notice a lot of people when they're anxious, they rock, or they have that kind of jittery rocking pattern. A lot of the times when people are scared, you'll see them rock in nervousness, okay? That's all a soothing, natural human reaction. That is why mothers like to rock their babies, that's gender equality. Men and women like to rock their babies. I don't want to hit that. Women alone don't just take care of their babies, hopefully. Rock their babies to sleep. It is generally what puts them to sleep. It's a natural response in our body to be rocked as a soothing motion. All right, so we are done with our egg rolls there. How does everybody feel? We are at about 9:45-ish, so we'll cut it there. Normally this class for us can go like an hour, hour and a half, but I feel like that's a great place to stop so that we can retest, right? So let's go back into feet together, bend over, touch your toes. I'm getting a little farther than I did even last time. So we checked once, we checked in the middle, and we checked at the end. I'm actually now, instead of just touching the ground, rubbing my knuckles on the ground there. Feet together, hands together, rotate over to the side. Does that feel any easier or better? Do we get there smoother with less clunkiness or grinding? Do we get there further? Okay, bend over, or not bend over, sorry, lift your arms up over your head. That feels a lot better for me, okay? So just do that test and see how you feel. And really what I want you to notice is, do you feel better at the end of this workout than we did at the beginning of the workout? That's our goal. The